So we're looking at planning for 2026, right? And usually the advice is always the same. Be smart, be practical, set achievable targets.
Totally. The whole SMART goals acronym we've been fed since grade school. But I just read this piece that basically says, throw that out the window.
Really? Just toss it?
If you want spectacular results, yeah. The argument is that reasonable goals just lead to reasonable effort. And in a crowded market like real estate, reasonable makes you invisible.
That actually makes a lot of sense. If I aim for average, I get average. But the article talks about this impossible mindset.
Exactly. It's about the psychology of it. When you set a goal that seems reachable, you just tweak what you're already doing. You work a little harder.
Right. Maybe you make 5 extra calls a day.
But if the goal is impossible, you can't just work harder. You have to break the system and rebuild it.
Okay, give me an example. Who's done this?
Howard Schultz, Starbucks. Back in '87, he had 6 stores. His investors thought he was being ambitious by saying, hey, let's open 125 stores in 5 years.
That sounds pretty reasonable for a startup.
It was, but Schultz ignored that. He asked a crazy question. What would it take to open 1,000 stores?
1,000 from 6?
Because you can't micromanage 1,000 stores.
Exactly. By obsessing over the impossible, he built a machine that could scale, and they hit that 1,000 mark by 1996. Then 16,000 15 years later.
So it's a forcing function. If I give myself 2 years to 5x my business, I can't just skip lunch and work late.
Nope, there aren't enough hours. You have to innovate. And the article says this does something magical to your brain.
Like a 24/7 problem-solving mode?
Yes, you wake up at 3 a.m. with a solution because your subconscious is obsessed with closing that massive gap. It doesn't happen with small goals.
Okay, but you can't just be big. You have to be focused. The article brings up Domino's Pizza in the 60s.
Oh, this is a classic. Tom Monaghan didn't try to make the best pizza for everyone. He wasn't targeting gourmet foodies.
Who was he targeting?
Hungry college kids. The promise wasn't best taste, it was hot pizza in 30 minutes or less. A specific solution for a specific demographic.
That's the sniper versus shotgun approach. Most agents in businesses really try to be everything to everyone.
And they end up being nothing to no one. You need to define your customer so clearly you know their Friday night routine.
And their fears. That's a big one. You have to articulate their problem better than they can.
When you do that, they lean in. They go, yes, that is exactly what I'm worried about.
So you hook them with the problem, but then comes the solution. And here's where people mess up. They just say, I'm better.
Superior service, integrity. Everyone says that. It's noise. You have to be different, not just better.
Like Southwest Airlines?
Perfect example. They didn't compare themselves to American Airlines. They said, we're competing with the car.
That is such a mindset shift. Competing with driving, not flying. And the author, Greg Hague, does this with his company, 72 Sold.
Right. They don't say we're better agents. They offer a 72-hour home selling event. It's a completely different process.
It's not a better version of the same thing. It's a new thing. That's how you cut through the clutter.
So here's the challenge for everyone listening. Set a goal that scares you. Give yourself an unreasonably short timeline.
Pick a niche, define their problem, and craft a solution that is unmistakably different.
Because the gap between startup and spectacular isn't crossed by being reasonably better.
It's crossed by being impossibly different. Go break some systems, guys.